Yeah, if we talk about supply chain today, and as we did it right before this panel, mostly of the times the focus is on the last mile logistics. But the really large quantities are transported by ships. And the maritime shipping comes from an old tradition that has offered homes for pioneers and explorers for the very beginning. And you, Hubert, you are one of these pioneers, and you just won last week the second place of the famous CIO competition. First of all, congratulations. And second, how do you lead MSC, one of the biggest, or if it's not the biggest, container shipment companies into a digital future?
Do you hear me? Okay, everything is working. At first, I'm responsible for the area what is called DACH. Germany, Austria, and this, in our respect, is Czech Republic and Slovakia. And let me say, we are the digital lab of MSC globally. So I can say we are in an eco environment where we can make ideas alive in shipping. So, and in this respect, I would say, okay, let me be a digital pioneer in my society.
So, and when did you decide to lead MSC as a containing shipping company into a digital future? So, when was the point when you decided we have to do something?
Let me say something. I'm with the company since 7 years, so I observed everything what is going on, and then let's say 3 years ago we decided, okay, now jump. Let's go in the future and let's look for digitalization of the processes. And we developed one of the what we call bill of lading cloud. And when we said, okay, we make our shipping environment shocked by improving implementing new ideas of the of digitalization in our industry. And now, since 3 years, I think we are the persons who is changing this environment day by day.
So, yeah, what new business areas and concepts, digital concepts, did you create it in the last 7 years in MSC?
What this kind of concepts, we said, okay, at first let's have a look for the processes. We are not developing the product because the container itself is not that sexy as it seems to be in digitized world. This container is a very stupid steel box. So we are focused on the processes which is beside the container. And in this area, we would say we digitize new processes, which means that we decide, this process is old-fashioned, okay, how does it work, and how can we make it new? And not by copying the old process into a new digital environment. That is what we definitely don't do.
And do you have a special example? I know that you digitized the bill of lading. What is a bill of lading? I'm not sure if everybody knows here in the audience which is the bill of lading.
Okay, the bill of lading, for those which are not familiar within the shipping maritime society, that is normally a transport paper. It's an official document, what you can say, what you can sell. So it means my container is on board and my cargo is shipped. So I can sell it to another person while it is shipped. And what we said, okay, this is a very stupid work. We have to do it, we have to stamp it, we have to sign it, we have to send it outside, copy and so on. And we said, okay, stop. So we put it in our own cloud and said, okay, here it is, you can manipulate it, you are owner of the process, you can do whatever you did. And out of this, we stopped immediately sending out PDF files and whatever is going on. And at first, we had a lot of resistance in our society, which is really old-fashioned in this respect, because this is a document which is available since 60 years. And now, we have 100% of fulfillment. So everybody is using it, and if it stops for 1 second, immediately.
So it's running in a cloud, and
yes.
Me as your customer can enter into the cloud and see all bill of lading, customs.
Yeah. And we added one feature which was really shock for our society. We added a share button. Share is very simple for all those of you who knows. I can share my photos, I can share my music, and we said, okay, I can share this bill of lading with other people. And this is disruptive for our entire industry because it is based on information hiding. So out of the blue, our customer can say, my bill of lading is available for my client in South America or in North America, which is for IT person clear, but for maritime society, it is more than a digital rocket, let's say with these words.
So transparency also can be very hard.
Yes.
So switching to you, Benjamin, with you we have another pioneer and another winner, because 2 weeks ago you also won an award at the DVZ Innovators Pitch. So also congratulations.
Thank you.
And you are leading a very young company in the area of intralogistics. I think I can say it's a startup.
Yeah.
How long does doks.innovation exist?
So we funded the company just some months ago in January this year, but it all started 4 years ago with a research project named Inventory. It was a partnership between Fraunhofer EML, based in Dortmund, Imperial Logistics, Abotics, and Wiedmann Logistics, and the university in Bonn, but the company were founded in January this year.
Then how did you find out in the creation process what is really needed from the customer, and how does your solution works? If I understood it correct, you are like a twin, or you are creating a twin of an intralogistics
Yeah. So we
company?
are focusing on different areas, but the most important areas from our side and from the customer side is checking inventory around warehouses. So we are using flying robots, as you all know, named drones, to get the data in warehouses collected. Then we work with different software solutions to analyze these data and to add quality information to the basic information on the stock, which is quite new for the whole logistics area, because it's nearly unaffordable nowadays to get these quality information without paying too much money.
So the modern warehouses already consist of autonomous vehicles, shelves, and now doks.innovation shows up. Do we need employees, humans in a warehouse in future, or is this obsolete?
No, I really think that we need employees and that we need human beings, but you have to deal with different challenges. Let's say in the eastern part of Europe, there are many areas where you can find an unemployment level of nearly 0%. So they have to deal with the challenge of needing employees but finding nobody on the street. So we help logistics company to get better information, and we solve their challenges regarding employees and staff.
So you already mentioned the drones, the UAVs. In the use in the public area is still very highly regulated.
Yeah.
How does it look like in intralogistics if I use it in my own warehouse?
Yeah. There are nearly no regulations in your warehouse, but we are also flying outside, so we have to deal with the local regulations here in Germany, but also in other parts of Europe. We find many ways to implement our solutions for the customers. Once you have the permission of the regulation authorities, it's always legal and possible to fly. And the way to get the permission is not that hard. So it's much harder to fly over Berlin to deliver pizza or whatever, but it's not so hard to fly in an environment where our customers normally are located.
Hubert, you already mentioned how you implemented the own cloud. For me, it would be very interesting to understand what it's harder to convince your CEO or your customers or your own employees, your colleagues in implementing new digital technologies.
Okay, Julia, you pointed out there are different areas of challenges. Okay, the CEO was the simplest one. To convince him was an easy task. To convince our employees, because this is part of their training material since donkey years, it works. But to convince our clients outside, that was the biggest task. And I had really critical meetings with bigger clients explaining that we do not want that they do our work, so that they are open-minded, and then by explaining what is the benefit for them, that was, in my opinion, the really worst task. The maritime society is so fundamental so that you have each and every change is dramatic. So that was the difficult task.
Yeah, I think particularly the Germans are very afraid to make mistakes, and they want to make sure, 100% sure, that a new technology, a new service really works. So. Is it really so tough, and does a new service really has to work 100%, or
yes.
Is it also fine with 70%?
Yes.
In real life?
In real life, and we had some very critical points in the project rollout where it was really critical in order to fail. And in this respect, it was very good that our CEO was always behind me, said, okay, we go.
Okay.
So that makes a little thing, some things easier.
Yeah. I think the Germans do not deal with the term of an MVP. The minimum viable product is something which is quite new for the Germans. And to fail is also something that's nearly forbidden in Germany. So trial and error is, I think, part of digitalization. And it could help to convince all stake and shareholders. So I think trial and error is nearly the best thing to move forward, but it's not that easy to tell the trial and error story here in Germany.
So this is a good point, because with the DE Hub initiative, we are trying to bring the feeling, the mood from the United States, or also from Asia to Europe and to Germany. So both of you are located, you in the DE Hub in Hamburg, and you are, I think, the only company now which is located also in Dortmund and Hamburg. Yeah. What was the idea or the point of decision to be part of the German Hub initiative for you, Hubert?
For me, it was very easy. The Digital Hub initiative is, for me, a vehicle to bring innovation to the maritime society. And I hope that the Digital Hub is successful in this. That we bring new spirit, and that we wake up in the maritime society saying, okay, let's go.
And what do you expect, what do you want to bring into the hub as MSC, as the company, and what do you want to take out of it? So what do you want to learn, your expectation? Is it networking? Is this cooperation?
I would say it is networking and cooperation. That is what I want to have out. And fighters who fight with me for the innovation in the maritime society. What I can bring in is experience in shipping. And I would say the second largest container operator in the world has also a little bit of assets you can bring in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can try it. Yeah. So.
And for you, Benjamin, you were already working together and inventing with the Fraunhofer Institute, so science. How important is it for you to work with scientists, with the economy and industrial sectors, as well as consumers or the end customer?
I think the cooperation with all different stakeholders in a development process is very important for us. So it's not only dealing with research institutes and universities, but it's important to have all next to us. So the old corporates, the old economy, as well as other startups, as well as research institutes and universities. Because what I learned during the last 2 up to 3 years is that it's not a challenge between startups and corporates. We have a common challenge, and we can only solve our problems in a cooperation process. So it's not fighting against each other, it's being part of a cooperation process.
So with you, we have one young mid-sized company and a very young startup. So very spontaneously, do you have an idea right now, spontaneously, and what could be a business for you together to work on? Drones on ships or
drones on ships, I would not say. We had a short discussion in the area outside. When in my environment, it's not, I can digitize MSC as much as I want. But outside, I found no digitized areas. We are dealing with truckers, with railway companies, with depots, with terminals, with everybody. And the problem starts there. I would say the idea to have a drone which observes what happens to our container is a nice idea.
Yeah. So I think we can share information. What we offer to our customers along the supply chain is nothing more than information, and that's also what MSC is dealing with. So, yeah, I think there will be many different opportunities for both of us working together and sharing information and make workflows transparent.